Today we're going to be talking about how to change your life in 100 days. We're finna get straight into it. We'll talk about 3 different things in this video. And I'm going to go into detail because on Instagram is not a lot of room for me to really share and hit those pivotal points like I want to. So within this YouTube video, we finna break it down. It's 3 simple ways you can change your life in 100 days. So let's get to it. Number 1 for me, that's your foundation off of drive. What is your drive? What's making you want to accomplish these things? You have to find a pivotal moment, a push factor and a pull factor within your own life that will drive you into wanting to complete the task via the goal, long-term setup. For me personally, I had a lot less than those around me. The physical things I could not acquire. Was that my fault? No. But because I was made fun of, because I didn't have, because all of these contributing factors that I couldn't relate to, I didn't have in my life, that's what drove me into wanting more for myself. I remember a point of my life I didn't have, and it wasn't my choice. That's what their parents have done for them versus what your parents have done for you. And you're the product. You have to live through it being the product. And it sucks that this product of a person would make fun of you, ridicule you. For me, that was my drive. I wanted to do better. I deem this specifically as the foundation because if you don't have no initial push that's gonna push you to do it, then what are we doing? Now that goes into number 2. Number 2 is what can you change? At any age, this is possible. You become the character in your story mode. This relates to a lot of people that play the game. Your story is the life. You have to be in this life. You have to be the character, and that has to be your mindset. The first thing is change how you situate yourself and how you talk about money. There's always going to be moments in life where something unfortunate is going to happen. Be in the mindset of knowing how we feel about money, and that energy we put out, that's what we get back. Don't say I don't make enough. You got to change your mindset. How can I make more? I want to be problem solvers and solution driven. That's how we change our mindset. When you become solution based, you do it. For me, I went to school. I'm a bio major. Very scientific, biochemistry heavy type of guy. So it's always about finding a solution. It's no solution. How can I make more money? What jobs do I need to work? What skill sets do I need to acquire to get me to that job? What certifications do I need to get to that job or to develop that skill set? You keep going down. How long does it take? How do I have to plan to do this? How do I study for this or that or whatever it is in that certain situation? On how you want to get the money, if you want to work to it and utilize your time for money, or do you want to utilize a skill set that you've already learned or acquired to get that money or capital from there? How do you do it? You are solving your own problems. You're becoming a fucking solution-based person, aka a fucking man. You have to be a man. You have to be able to solve these fucking problems when they come, because it's inevitable when they fucking happen. Alright, it's gonna happen to the best of us. So how can you solve it? That's how you change your mindset. The second part about the mindset and the perspective is being preventative. What actions can you take to be preventative? What actions can you do or can you not do to avoid certain situations that can negate you from getting to your goal? I really don't think like this, but I do feel like I'm in a position that, I can enjoy myself from time to time and go out and go to the bars, go to the club if I want to. But where is that going to put me in the long run? Does it align to my goals? Does that align what I want to do first? And then is it preventative? It's not preventative. Me going out, spending time, with friends, doing extra activities, every fucking weekend, I'm not preventing nothing. You know, I'm allowing a percentage of chance of something wrong happening. You know, you can go out and then car get towed. That's something you could have prevented. Spending hundreds of dollars at the clubs and bars, that's something that you could have prevented. Being tired the next day when you wake up knowing that you have work to do for your business, that's something you could have prevented. Being tired and you know you gotta get up the next day for work, that's something that you could have prevented. How can you be preventative when you are chasing these fucking goals? That's what you gotta think. That's what you gotta know. Before you decide anything, you decide if is this gonna prevent a problem that could potentially happen. When you know how to adapt and align yourself with that type of mindset, you can get to where you're going way faster. You know, you can grow exponentially if you want to. That's if you want to. This is when you change your mindset. I'm not saying you can change your mindset in one day. I'm not saying it's gonna change overnight and within a second after this video. No, it takes practice. You have to practice on being preventative. You have to practice on changing your mindset towards how you feel about money in certain situations that happen in life. And you have to be willing to say no, because in the long run, in an investment, this is helping you. After changing your mindset, you have to find out, okay, what can I change? Physical. What can we change physically about ourselves? You know, we can change how we look via our muscle mass and our fat mass. And we can play with that to see what we want to do. If we skinny, you want to build more muscle, we can go to the gym, work out, start working out 4 to 5 times a week. 4 to 6 times a week, I recommend. You do strength training to build your muscle, to build your muscles in, you know, important groups that you want to build. You want to have bigger arms, abs, chest, a back, you know, some defined legs. You go to the gym, you can change that. That's something you can change. You're empowered to change that. You're also empowered to lose weight. You can start better eating habits and end bad ones. Shy away from the extra fat that you have, that you've gained over the surplus of years you've been doing bad habits. And also change your hair. You can change the hairstyle, your beard style. If you have a buzz cut and you really don't like the buzz cut or it don't look good, you can grow out your hair. They got different styles. For me, I have locks and I take care of my locks. You can braid it, you can cut it, you can get braids, you can get the Travis Scott braids, you can get the fucking King 6'8" braids if you want to. You can get the curly hair with the fade on the side, you know what I'm saying? Depending on your hair texture, you know, and demographic. A lot of you guys wear that chin strap. I be seeing that's not it. Stop wearing the chin straps. Stop growing your fucking beard super fucking like thick, like having it like fucking thick. You're not James Harden. Like having it that fucking thick, that bitch coming out all the way right there. You're not James Harden, bro. You're not James Harden. Stop it.
You're not that guy.
Not James Harden, and you're not no damn grizzly bear. You're not a lumberjack. You're not a Viking. Like, stop it, bro. It's 2025. Let's look clean. We want to look clean. We want to look professional. We want to look like we real men. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to look like an animal. It's a difference. We want to look like a man. We don't want to look like an animal. Alright? Last but not least, your style. How you carry yourself, how you dress, how you put it all together. How do you dress up when you go in a nice chill vibe? How do you dress up when you go to the gym? You know, these things are things you can change up. And also within that, your environment. You can change your environment to a limit. Now, if you know, in college or you living with your parents, at the time being, you can't change your environment. But what you can change is the people you hang around with. You can change your friends, the content that you consume. You can change what type of family members you want to be around and you don't want to be around. You don't have to be around certain people if you don't want to, if you don't choose to. You can choose what gym you go to and also choose what restaurants you go to. Gyms, restaurants, and lounges, I think, are some of the sleepers on what type of people you meet within that environment, and that also plays a role into, you know, you developing on a social level. You know, me going to Joy Uptown versus me going to fucking Saltgrass is gonna be a totally different vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come across different variations of people within those two different locations. You see what I'm saying? Instead of going to fucking club on a Friday night, maybe even a Saturday night. Let's go to a coffee bar, a coffee lounge, a coffee and cocktail bar, just a coffee shop in general, and see what type of people you're gonna meet when you're there. Who are you surrounding yourself around when you're there? When you first start going to these places, it doesn't matter if you know somebody, you don't know somebody. Like, just chill with all that. We is not here to try to be with people for this journey. This journey is for you. It's called self-improvement. How can I change myself in 100 days? Not the person that's gonna go with you. So you go by yourself until you acquire a good group of people that you've met over time, doing the new things and the new habits that you are implementing into your life. Last but not least, the third thing is to find a skill. Find some type of skill you can learn, or something that you already do that people don't know how to do, they don't really know about, and you feed into it, you water it, you grow it. That's what's gonna set you apart from the average person. You acquire 100 hours of learning something. You know more than half the people on this damn planet. Skill sets can be anything. It can be doing taxes. It can be a coach like me. I'm an online fitness and nutrition coach on the side. It can also be a professional degree via pharmacy, via a doctor, via an engineer, via a data analyst. These are jobs that pay you because you have a skill set. This is a profession. It's not like you're going to school for communications, or you're going to school for I don't know, like, other shit that people go to school for. You're going to school to acquire something that you specifically learn how to do. If you're science-based, you're going to school just for engineering. You're going to school just for, medical research. You're going to school just for, pharmacology. You're going to school, something that's very specific that the world needs you for. You know what I'm saying? That is your skill set. You want to invest in a skill set that's going to push you past, a lot of other people. If you want to lock in for 100 days, you lock in. Remember what your drive is. Find that passion, find that desire, and you fuel it. You fuel it. The next thing you think about is, what can you change? Can you change it? Can you not change it? Is it a long term? Is it a short term? How fast can I do it? We want to be problem solvers. And then third is to invest into a skill set, one that you already know or one that you want to learn how to do, so you can add value not only to your life but to other people's life. You do these 3 things, I promise your life is going to change within 100 days. That's the video for the day. I'm out.